I was going to sing Rebecca Black for the intro, but I just can't bring myself to do it.
Buddha, Brenda, Jessica, Susan, Scarlett, Buddha, papira, papa, scratadadidadada.
So it's Music Dump Week, where we try to detract from the unhealthy amount of One Direction that we all now listen to, which is a good thing that we are listening to other music. But I've been listening to lately a lot of The Strokes, especially. So it's my brother. I don't know. It's just one of those bands that you just kind of one day discover, and it's just next thing you know, you have all their albums. So I've been listening to a lot of that, especially the Is This It album, my favorite. So good. Also a lot of Dr. Dog, which is a more local band. I mean, they have a following nationwide, but they originate from this area. They are excellent. Susan, if you're looking for music, I would highly recommend them. They are so good. It's all the best of pop and rock. It's really something spectacular. And they have two different lead singers, so that's just kind of fun. And you can kind of start to pick out which person wrote what song. I don't know. They're just really, really, really good. And I would highly recommend them to everyone around the entire universe. Yes. Also, as I can't seem to separate myself from my obsession with the British, I have been listening to a lot of Eliza Doolittle. I don't know if you guys have heard of her, unless you've heard me mention her. But she's very, very good. I will link to her somewhere too. I'll link to everybody that I talk about in this video in case you care at all about them. She sings a lot of like really cool like indie pop stuff. It's not like regular synthesized auto-tuned pop stuff though. I don't know. I really like it. It's really, really different. It's got a very, very unique sound to it, which I really enjoy. And now to go in the complete opposite direction. If any of you have ever heard of Derek and the Dominos, which, I mean, you kind of should have, it's, Eric Clapton had a band once called Derek and the Dominos. They only had, like, one album. I think it's called, like, Layla and Other Love Songs, I believe. I've been listening to that whole album a lot, because it's really, really good. I am a fan of Eric Clapton. But for a long time, I was under the impression that Layla was, like, just him, and then I was like, this is a band? And so I found the album, and the album is so good, guys! I mean, it's, a lot of older stuff, so, I mean, if you don't like classic rock, I definitely wouldn't recommend it. I know some people don't like that kind of, like, 70s feel, but you can't deny, because he's Eric Clapton, so it's gonna be good. Yeah, that's the gist of what I've been listening to. So, yeah. Oh, two things I quickly wanted to address. My second finger was out of the frame there. Two things. First of all, yes, Susan is correct. Strange Charm. Why is that song always so... It's so catchy. I have no idea what it's actually kind of saying. I mean, I get the gist of it, but I don't really understand it because I don't take, nor have I ever taken particle physics. But it's true. My brain goes back and forth between Strange Charm and Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple. But that's just a whole nother issue. And Jessica, my sweet, darling baby of the channel. You won't pay $40 to go to a concert? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But $40 for a ticket for a band that's, even though they're kind of new, they're still relatively well known in the, at least nowadays. I found that to be pretty cheap, actually. I thought $40 was kind of cheap for that. I was kind of anticipating One Direction tickets to be more expensive. But then you said you would never pay, really, $40 to go to a concert. How do you ever go to concerts of established bands? Unless you don't. In which case, that explains it. But maybe maybe Philly concerts are just more expensive. But that was all. So, I'm going to go and listen to Layla for the 600th time today.